Oh,
banned
they
the
did
Timber.
ban the Timber.
I told you. They've had enough.
10 seconds.
Or have
They've had
they?
enough. I mean, what is that?
Or,
Like 3
what if they're-
game 1 Timbers in a row?
5
So
seconds remaining.
But what if they're baiting the Pudge ban with the Timber
They want
ban?
them. Yeah, they want them to
I
ban
believe
Pudge,
that.
the psychological victory. I think LGD actually have a list, well, like the battle pass, how you have like objectives. They've got their own battle pass for this tournament, which they've invented. So, like win a game as Pudge, next one's going to be like win a game as Techies.
Wait, did you just say Techies? Because I shut down
yeah,
if I heard that hero's name.
you know what? I literally tuned out as soon as he said
You
Techies, I
guys both
tuned out.
instantly just had a stroke. Like,
Radiant team.
I just
Wait,
blinked.
the paddle just went quiet. Drop the T word. Not gonna
Okay,
happen.
Pudges. Hear me out.
this is crazy.
It's a setup
me
for the
out.
Pudge.
Is
It's a
it
setup.
another gyro
It's a
Pudge?
setup. Yup. It's coming. It's coming.
Aster.Aries,
I feel it.
Did we
10
pick the Pudge?
seconds remaining.
I'm
The-
so nervous right now. I need to see what happens.
They played Pudge on Radiant, didn't they? Like the last 3 times?
They were, yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be a little bit different, but still.
That's a good point, actually. Okay, let's talk about this gyro since we're still waiting to see if the Pudge comes out. We have seen PSG.LGD play it as a position 5, but do you think they'd be willing to try it as a 4 this game, maybe, or even just a
4? I think mainly it just comes down to carry or 5, right? I don't feel like I've really seen it in another role in a while. We did see the mid gyrocopter sometime with Thompson, the magic damage. Ooh, Phoenix, DK. That's a very strong opener right now for Aries, and
There it is.
Okay, so it's another.
there it is. Listen,
It's
until
another
they
Pudge
lose with it,
gyro.
until they lose with it, they're just gonna keep picking it. That's how it works. We figured out LGD, guys.
So previously it was until they win with it, they'll keep picking it. And now it's until they lose with it, and then it'll be until they win with it. Man, these guys are nuts.
No, they're
It's-
gonna play Pudge until they lose. When they lose,
Yeah,
that's when they
exactly.
switch heroes. That's what they're
Exactly.
doing right now. So for for now, this does look like a gyro Pudge lane versus a DK Phoenix lane. Maybe that's just why they feel comfortable.
Radiant team ban.
It's kind of interesting that they just like straight up pick Phoenix though when they already see the gyrocopter. Any reasonable team seeing a gyrocopter, they're gonna be like, oh, if we pick Phoenix, they're just gonna core the gyro. So let's just not pick Phoenix. But like Aries know this is gonna be a support gyrocopter because they probably sense the Pudge coming anyway or something like that. And LGD is like, we don't care about the Phoenix. We don't want carry gyrocopter. This is gonna be our 5 no matter what. Is
Okay,
bust out the Pudge.
I do have to chip in with the obligatory Phoenix Sunray is an excellent tool to kill Pudge. It's not quite a Timber Saw or a Shadow Demon, but
True.
it'll get the job done if he gets Dragon-tailed Sunrayed later in the game.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine
and
they
it
literally
is
covered the
dismembering as
Pudge
well.
pick with 2 bans?
They really want to play the Pudge.
They're committed.
Dude, they're trying to make this work. This is new Dota technology in the works. We're all witnessing like a shift.
This
Okay.
is the OG's carry IO, but
Radiant team
LGD's
back.
carry Pudge
But
right
much
here.
worse. Much worse.
Much worse. Because IO was actually broken.
Because Carry IO is busted for sure. Carry Pudge so far has only won 1 game. But he did have the team fight to back him up. I wonder what kind of core they're going to be looking to pair the Pudge with this time. So we've seen a Doom, we've seen
10
a
seconds.
Puck,
Sniper.
and we've seen a Sniper.
Not forget the sniper.
5 seconds remaining.
That didn't work, unfortunately.
No, it didn't. But I would be down to see it again because when you do have something like a carry Pudge, as Steven mentioned, you do need to have that core hero in the mid lane.
I like the 2 bans that Aries made with the Lina and the TA though, especially the Lina. I think that would have been the most perfect mid laner in this game with the Pudge. Like you got a lane shover plus an egg killer. So
Agreed. Now, they do need something
10
to kill the egg
seconds
because
remaining.
I do believe, just based on what we've seen before, that this is going to be a gyro support.
5
And there
seconds
aren't
remaining.
particularly any offlaners that come to mind in killing the Phoenix egg, so it has to be something from the mid lane to do it.
Oh, empowered Pudge, let's go.
So this could be a Nothing to Say Magnus or a Faith Pian Magnus. The last Magnus we saw coming out of LGD was played by Faith Pian, but I would like to see Nothing to Say.
Okay,
play
hear
this
me
game.
out. Hear me out. Okay,
too.
I might
Alright,
be
we're
sounding
listening.
crazy. Okay, but
Okay.
a week ago I wouldn't sound crazy. I would be reasonable. This Pudge might be a support.
Sure. Yeah,
you
sure.
can call me crazy if you want.
I mean, it feels like Ame really wants to play Pudge, and he's just asking them for it. But
Yeah.
it would make a lot more sense if it was just a gyro carry versus the
10
Phoenix.
seconds remaining.
And a
Yeah,
Pudge
I think
support.
either that or even another carry like
5
Juggernaut, for
seconds
example.
remaining.
Right? If you have like Mag Jug, good against Phoenix, could do all right against the DK. You got good damage.
I
Jaro
could see that.
Juggernaut, you got stun, spin. So a lot of potential there.
I like
not
this Tusk
sure.
pick a lot. Tusk is a very excellent hero to play against Magnus.
PSG.LGD.
He always just stays in the back and blinks in and saves the RP targets. It's quite
Mhm.
simple for him compared to other heroes.
True.
No Jinkyu techies as they'll grab the Mirana for their POS 4.
Is that a Nothing to Say Mirana though? Do you think it's gonna be a
10
+4
seconds
Mirana?
remaining.
I feel like that might be Nothing to Say playing it.
Okay,
5 seconds
I like that
remaining.
idea a lot
Back.
because I think Core Mirana can have its merits, and with the shard and everything, she's an excellent egg killer. And I know Iceberg likes to play this hero a lot, and he makes it look kind of busted on the mid lane. I haven't seen
Yeah.
a mid Mirana in China once, but I mean LGD have been bringing new things to the table.
Yeah.
The idea
Oh.
of this mid Mirana, I like it a lot, and I would be very disappointed even if this didn't happen.
Yeah, you know who else plays Mirana on this team? Faith Beyond. He also plays Mirana. I remember when Mirana was one of the
10
most
seconds
popular
remaining.
position 3s, he played a
Yep.
lot of it. So there's always
5
that potential
seconds
too,
remaining.
depending on the last pick here. I think LGD are just going to flex this till the end. Mag Mirana
Yeah.
are interchangeable here. It could still be a position 4. We never know with LGD. That's what I love,
You
man.
actually don't know. But so far, Aries' draft is looking quite solid.
We still don't know with that Side King pick.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me
Okay,
out.
I'm
It's a
hearing
mid
you.
Mirana, offlane Magnus with Sand King, Pudge Gyro offlane with Pudge being the carry. This is what I'm calling.
I love
Why?
it.
What
I
are
love
your
this.
guesses? What are
You
your
guys are
guesses?
crazy. It's nothing to say Magnus because it's my
5
favorite hero
seconds
player
remaining.
combination and they baited me last time. It's Pudge carry with the Gyro 5 and then it's Sand King and Mirana. It's
That's
good
literally the
lanes,
most
it's solid.
boring outcome possible.
That's
Well, I
so
know, but it's
boring.
probably the right one.
No, that is the most
You're
boring because
so-
that's obvious. Okay, here we go. All right, it's gonna be Mirana
what's your pick?
off lane 3,
Okay,
Sanking
okay.
4, and Magnus
Ooh.
mid.
That's that one works too. But I would love to see the mid Mirana here.
Yeah,
I like the way I call for a carry Pudge and we're at the stage where that's now considered boring. We are.
no, we already know about carry Pudge. Oh, it's the boring.
I'm
it's
just pointing out the
boring
grim
route.
state of scenarios here in
Gosh
this
darn
tournament.
it! It's the Sanking 3 and the Magnus mid and the normal Mirana 4.
Guys, what are you
Ew.
complaining about? We've got a Nothing to Say Magnus. We've got an Arme Pudge. Like, this is going to be an awesome
No.
game. You guys are nuts.
We've seen enough of all of these. It's time to see the Nothing to Say Mirana.
It's okay, but it's pretty good though. And this last pick, Morphling, I kind of dig it because he's got good heroes to morph into, right? You can become Sanking or you can become Mirana. You got triple leaps with high damage. And I don't think LGD really have, the
I-
hero that can destroy Morph.
Really? Because I think Morph is gonna struggle a lot this game. They have a lot of ways to kill him, and the Sun King Mirana lane is very good at killing him. And his
Yeah,
his
it's a
5
really
hero,
high kill potential
his 5
lane.
hero is a Phoenix, right? His lane
So
seems kind of weak.
the thing about Morphling lane, what annoys him the most are heroes that have high damage and can harass him, not like actually the stuns. Because players are pretty good now. They can deal with the stuns, they can reach him back up and everything. I just think like it's very obvious and telegraphed like how LGD are going to take the team fights for the Morphling. I'm just trying to look at the positives for our boy last pick Morph here. So I'm just hoping for the best for him.
I see the merits in what you're saying, and they do have the team fight to back up the Morphling. I just think he's going to struggle a little bit in the early game.
Alrighty, can Pudge do it 2 games in a row and
Yes.
secure the series for LGD? Yes, says Effie. A nod
Yes.
from Theban as well. The panel is behind LGD and Arme on his Pudge. But we'll find out what our casters have to think about this game number 2. It is Bcop and Mo Farah.
Thank you very much. As we get into this game, the second Pudge safe lane game, although it's Ame Pudge on the dire side this time. Maybe that changes things. The angles of the hooks, they get different.
All I'm saying, by the way, is these guys on the panel, they're playing checkers. Aster.Aries, they're playing 5D chess, right? What you need to understand is the only way to beat a Pudge is to be able to pick Morph and turn into Pudge yourself, right? Pudge is the only hero that can beat Pudge. It's like when you play Pokemon and Dragon does well against Dragon, you know?
Does that still
like
exist?
that.
I think it's Fairy's good against Dragon these days.
God.
I don't know.
Anything after first gen doesn't matter. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
well, Fairy didn't exist in first generation. Are they going to get away with this again, by the way?
No. I think it's much harder from this side because you don't have the high ground ward, right?
You say that, but here we are.
No!
But here we are. Tag team comes in. Illusory Orb is out. Yuna now trying to run. They got the stun out onto the Pudge. Arrow hits, and there's the hook. Can they get first blood? Yes, they can. Ame gets it, then he's dead. Again, 4 for 4.
I like how the worst case scenario for the Pudge, he still ends up somehow getting first blood anyway.
How does he get
Incredible.
How does he get away with this every time?
That's unbelievable.
I don't
think this,
understand.
I think this lane against the DK is probably the hardest lane he's had so far, though. I think, when we've talked about how he always has this amazing CS, I think the DK
Right.
with the stun spam makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, but I'm expecting this. Yeah. And here comes Jinkyu. He's got the arrow. Then they've got the hook follow-up. And there's another. Ame's
GG.
got a second kill. And you want to know what's actually great about the fact that Ame ended up dead in that first exchange? He's got mana. He just goes to top. Full mana. Ready to go.
He doesn't need to buy mangoes in this game.
No.
Why is Puck under the tower? What just happened? I missed that completely, but...
Right-click spam from Siamese Cat onto Faith Beyond. I think all the attention was on Ame on that Pudge, but Faith Beyond did work last game.
Yeah, he did huge amounts on the brew. And do you remember when we talked about heroes we'd like to see on the panel in day one? My one was, I'd really like to see more of this Mirana in China. I think they have some really good Mirana players between them.
Yeah, Kaka, Jinkyu, definitely the two players I think about. Always interesting to see them get Kaka in their hands.
Oh, the Morphling's just playing
Or
with
get
Phoenix
Mirana
behind
in
the
their
tower.
hands.
Okay. I wondered where the Morphling was and why the Phoenix was taking CS, and then...
I thought Yuno was in trouble for a second. Dragon Tail tag team. Ame taking some damage down to about half health.
They have to be careful here on Aster.Aries because the lane, if it ever ever goes in towards the tower or anything, right, or if it ever goes too far out, and they have the creep wave going towards the radius. Oh god, the courier dies. Yeah, if the creep wave's ever not in like a really good position for them, it's really easy to get the rocket into hook kill, right? So I feel like we've seen so many couriers die in this tournament so far.
I think couriers just die a lot in general these days.
Yeah, I guess so.
But are we also thinking that because there was that time where there just was one courier? Oh,
what a dodge!
move. Yuna waiting for the moment to go. He still gets away
dies.
with it. And he salves.
Do you know what? Fair play to the Tusker. That was an awesome move.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't find the kill, but... I mean, that's the chainmail, though, right, on the Pudge.
And that early
The
extra armor.
The extra armor's so good against this physical damage from the Tusk.
2-1 in 1. Does he go to the Flesh Heap early again, or is he going to wait till 8?
This game... I mean, he could wait till 8 this game, I think, potentially.
Doesn't really care for the tag team attacks coming in.
Yeah, they can't really chase him under the tower either, because he has the potential to hook them, right? And then under the tower, it's just... a nightmare.
And he's still CSing. Relatively well.
Well, if you compare him to the Morph, right? And this is what I'm saying. Normally, he's like 1 or 2 in net worth.
Yeah, Snowball pulling him in, going after the gyro. Yeah, Morph right now 22 and 11 at 25% into that level 4, whereas Ame's just about to hit that level 4.
The thing is, yeah, you see the Sanking now can just start cutting waves, though, right? And just farming creep camps at the same time. Get him, Faith Beyond.
Just running him down. Already an urn in the hands of Jinkyu, too.
It's really difficult to get a kill mid, though, against the puck, right? So he's kind of just running around, killing creeps, being a bit greedy. That's fine.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yuna kind of away from this DK. Right on top of him, just putting some aggression out. They go to the tag team, and now Ame's the one who needs to turn around. Snowball coming through. They've got the Dragon Tail Rocket Barrage. He can't get away with anything that time and will end up dead to this DK.
Thank you.
It's so weird hearing that Persona DK voice.
It's
After like
completely
so
different.
after so many years of the normal one, it's just jarring. That's a nice pull by the gyro.
Ooh, lands the hook. Did a lot of damage there to
Oh, not a great
Yuna.
snowball though.
Yeah, the snowball wasn't exactly amazing. Innocence, though, needs to run. Dream Coil down. Phoenix has made the rotation. This might garner 2 kills. Waning Rift, shards are out, and Phoenix gets 2.
Yeah, and that's really bad for the Pudge. He's just TP'd back to lane as well. I think that's his third death this
middle
game.
tower is under attack.
Second death maybe, but yeah, third death
And already his 3rd death for Ame.
in 6 minutes. Yeah, that's not great.
Top of the net worth right now is the Magnus. You can see the big split, though, from Magnus to the next top on the Dire, which is Ame at 2,500.
He is farming well, but I mean, you expect that from the Mag, though, right?
Yeah, level 4
Now she-
already in the Empower.
And they're being really efficient here. The Mirana's going to start taking over mid to get some XP, while the Mag jungles. Let's get some levels on our supports.
Pudge now has that Ring of Health.
Oh, he won't die again then. Ever.
You could always jinx the DK.
Nah.
You do that thing where it's he'll never die in this lane. And just like the Timber Saws
well,
before him.
The thing, I actually think that's true this time, though. So,
Yeah.
That's the issue. That's the difference.
I think the first 3 times, or the first 2 times, you thought it was true for the Timber Saw. 3rd time, maybe not so much.
The DK's level 6 now as well. This is a little bit worrying. With the Phoenix rotation at the same time.
This tower might just be gone.
Like, what does Ame do?
That.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under
This is
attack.
probably his worst start as Pudge, right?
Oh, by far, yeah.
Dream
Nice
Coil
coil.
down on a Jinkyu. And not to just yet, but eventually the Waning Rift will be there to kill off this Mirana.
Ooh. They get Korea, though.
Tag team. Morphs into the Sand King. Burrow Strike. Faith Beyond in a lot of trouble, and he'll fall to Yuna. Got the sentry above him in the trees, and then they were able to see him inside of that sandstorm and get that kill. Aster.Aries with a really good start so far.
So what we figured out is they need to ban Timber and they need to ban DK.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Great hook.
He did secure a CS. That's true.
Thus bringing value. And Jinkyu's going for the Spirit Vessel. Eventually, you're going to want to charge in that urn. But that hasn't quite come yet.
Oh, fairy trinket for the
Dire's
puck.
top tower is under
That's going to be
attack.
very nice.
Going into the Witchblade, too. So, he's only 350 gold away from having that early Witchblade. You see how Phoenix has already got quite a bit done going top lane. Three kills overall, 2 kills in that top lane when he got the double kill on the Pudge as well as that Gyro. So this puck can potentially snowball out of control. Got himself in a good spot to really shut down OGD. First dismember getting used on some creeps. Rocket Barrage on Siamese Cat. He's pretty deep here. Nothing to say. We'll get the kill on the Siamese Cat. They've got the call down, but with the Morphling coming in, how much will the commitment be? They've got a double damage on nothing to say.
Bottom tower is under
So they look over and should find another kill on DK. It's a double kill for nothing to say. Morphling was there too, but seeing that double damage, kind of second guess whether or not he wanted to commit to anything, and probably the wise idea to leave.
Yeah, he's really farmed now as well with those kills.
under attack.
Great rotation from him. The tower does go down, but even so, like the Morphs come up here to try and farm, right? And he can't really push up into the dire jungle now. Is Faith Beyond going Blink on the Sand King as well? Because I think when they get Blink, they have really good like kill partnerships with it, right?
Right.
Because they can have like the Sand King Mirana, they can have like Sand King Pudge. They don't have to go around necessarily as 5. They can kind of go around in 2s. I think even the Gyrocopter Sand King's pretty potent with the 4 points in Rocket Barrage.
4 points in Rocket Barrage, and he's going to have a Veil soon on the Gyro.
Yeah, they were really good for their team this game. He's level 7. Jesus.
Gyro's got quite a bit.
Perfect.
Easy arrow.
Never in doubt. Both Yuna and Jinkyu both have urns, but no charges in either of them yet. That might just change. Yuna now on the run, call down used, and there's the snowball to try and turn this. They do have Supernova. Actually, he's got the mana once he pops that wand. Innocence traded for Yuna. Epicenter down on a Siamese Cat. Icarus dive away. Phoenix. He's there to try and help, and the Phoenix does die to Jinkyu Starstorm. That is a hard call out.
That was tough. Really well played by LGD though. They open up this bottom half of the map, try and take the tier 1 a little bit if they can. Maybe start to chip it down. I feel like this DK has, had this really great lane, and then I look and he's got the same net worth as the Pudge still.
Are fortified.
And like the Sand King's got a tiny bit more than him as well. Pretty much the same.
When that Sand King gets that Blink Dagger, it feels like he'll be a little bit more effective in getting things done. They go in with RP to turn it around. It's on to 2. They've got the Skewer. They'll get the kill, and at least Yuna the Starstorm from Jinkyu will turn it for both. Gone. They do kill off Ame, but Ame's okay with being the sacrificial lamb when they're able to turn it for a beneficial, positive take.
When will teams learn, Beacop? You can't just keep running at the Pudge. It doesn't work, you know? At some point you got to deal with the other heroes.
And they're not dealing with this Magnus at all.
No. They are struggling. I think they do have problems with damage output at this point in the game. Like, they kind of need the Tusk to be there with the tag team to get full effectiveness with the rest of the team. Because otherwise, it's kind of like a lot of chip damage, but not a huge amount of, like, instant burst. And he's really tanky, so...
Blink Dagger for the DK as well as the Sand King.
Parjags reduce healing against the Morph. Easy win. Yeah?
He's gone to the early Ogre Axe, so the question becomes, does he commit to the Ags or go for something else off him? Moonlight Shadow popped by Jinkyu. They head up towards top. Faith Beyond blink up in a second. And ooh, sticking around. Ooh. I think you shot a right click over onto the Tusk's courier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Faith Beyond blink cliffing himself. Burrow strike to the low ground. Icarus dive, dust used. And they're not going to commit.
What did that arrow hit? Did it hit the Phoenix dive? I didn't see.
What's Phoenix doing? Phoenix the puck,
Dire's top tower
not
is
Phoenix.
under attack.
The
Yeah.
Phoenix. Epicenter once again. Faith Beyond Burrow strike. Gets him on the back half of that Epicenter, but they get the kill quickly onto the DK. And even with the Walrus Punch, Snowball trying to get a save can't do so. And Yuna,
Radiant's
he's dead again. Now dead for the 5th time. He's 1, 5, and 6. Really not what they're hoping for on the side of Aster.Aries. And despite their really poor start on Ame, they're 4K up. And it's just, it feels like it's because they have not kept nothing to say in check at all.
Yeah, I mean, look at the net worth difference between the supports, though, on both teams. Like, I think that's where a lot of the lead comes from. And obviously between the mid laners as well, but...
Gyro's got so much farm out of this game.
Exactly, because they're getting involved with the kills as well, right? So that... And where they were being more efficient, where the mag was jungling, so the Mirana got to take over mid lane. Oh, trying to deny his creep there, but just misses out.
Oh, Phoenix going down. Faith Beyond getting that kill. Dreamcoil to try and stay alive, but not gonna do enough. Walrus Punch on Innocence. Rocket Barrage. Sunray trying to kill this Gyro, but there's the RP. He'll stay alive. Breathe Fire's not enough either. Siamese Cat and Yuna are gone, and they found the DK. They skewer him back. They'll finish a 3rd.
Twice.
And with Puck dead bottom, that's 4 heroes gone. On the side of Aster.Aries, a 5k lead for LGD, and Gyro survives. And now Gyro's picked up a hood. So 3 hoods on LGD. You've got one on Innocence, one on Faith Beyond, and one on Ame.
The DK's only level 8.
He really had a great lane and then shut himself down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wow.
Really quite the surprise to see him struggle. And, you know, that'll happen when you don't use the Tony Todd voice on DK. Tony Todd is the Candyman.
Anime.
Yeah. You should have trusted the Candyman.
Yeah, it's a nice ward behind the tower, as the observer points out. They just need like a really good egg combo, I think. That's the only way they win a team fight really now. Like, is if they protect their egg really well with like snowball and like DK stun and stuff and coil. Maybe they can turn them, but their damage is still relatively limited until the morph comes online.
I'm gonna say he's been pretty perfect with those RPs.
So tanky though.
Burrow strike Epicenter. Innocent still surviving. Doesn't want to snap the Dream Coil, but does. He's still alive. Supernova. Well, that's not going to be popped out. They finally get the kill on Innocence, and Sand King's been locked up thanks to the shards. Faith Beyond also falling. LGD losing 2 heroes. And it's a good turnaround for Aster.Aries. Finally a positive one for them.
Ooh, Philosopher's Stone. As if Gyro wasn't rich enough already. Hell yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under
Is he going to take it? He's holding on to the bullwhip right now.
I mean, the Mirana could take it as well and it'll be fine, right?
Yeah. And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to come through on the courier for Jinkyu. Does he need a Philosopher's Stone? He's got like that $2,000 Mirana mount, so
That's
does he
true.
really need more?
I really want that one. It's so expensive. You can't... I mean, I can't personally justify spending that much money on a Mirana mount. OGA, if you're listening, I'm willing to accept gifts. So just hit me up.
I think I would rather a glitched Tusk item. More than that Mirana mount. Arrow missing, Skewer back, and Spirit Vessel and the Rocket Barrage damage coming in. Innocence gets yet another kill. 3, 3, and 13. He's been involved in 16 of the 17 kills of LGD.
Wow. That's quite impressive.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
It looks
top
like
tower
they're
is under attack.
starting to think about setting up around the pit here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I guess since we're talking about it, chat, would you want...
Tower is under attack.
Press 1 if you'd want the Mirana mount. Press 2 if you'd want a Bleak Hallucination Tusk item.
Oh, skew. Oh my
Skewer
god.
onto the Tusk. Nothing to say. He's got RP if he can get it off, but doesn't look like he'll survive. Oh, pops the BKB right as he dies. Supernova. Now LGD really need to run. Shards blocking Innocence. They've got the Adaptive Strike Sunray on him, and he's morphed into the Gyrocopter. He'll throw the homing missile at Innocence. But now maybe looking for the turnaround. Faith Beyond comes in. They've got the Dismember onto the Morphling. They'll use that snowball, pull him in. Go after Ame. Yuna will die. So will Innocence, the Siamese cat. Burrow Strike hits. Starstorm through. Breathe Fire on these 3 heroes. DK trying to support this Morphling as much as he can. They go to the Moonlight Shadow. They should be able to kill the Morph, but he waveforms back. He's got the Spirit Vessel on him. And then Ame gets the kill. Burrow Strike hits onto the DK, and they've taken out 4. Long drawn-out fight that starts with Magnus dying very quickly.
Speak up. I said at the start of the game, the only way to beat Pudge is to turn into Pudge. You gotta stop turning into Gyrocopter, you know? You gotta try and land some of your own MLG hooks. And he's just not trying it this game. That's why they're losing.
Well, if you're going to MLG hook, you have to 360 first.
That's true. We're still yet to see that this tournament. Bit disappointing.
Ame, if you're listening, which you shouldn't, because you should not be watching stream, Ame. But, you know, if you are, 360 no scope. Come on.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'll take your tribute.
Phoenix had this great start, and the wind in his sails have kind of petered out.
Yeah, it's not gone great, has it? I mean, this poor Puck's kind of like, well, my Morph doesn't really want to fight. Am I playing with my DK? What do we do?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's like I was saying before, you kind of need to play with the Tusk really to find kills. So you have that extra little bit of burst damage. Almost blink.
Jinky, by the way, is using that Philosopher's Stone to go for a Wind Waker.
Love that.
And Gyrocopter going into a Yule's.
They're going to try and make the cool play where, you know, you can Yule's get rid of the coil, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's telling somebody else to go and stand at the edge of the range of coil, and then he'll Wind Waker them, and it snaps it. Easy.
Dire's structures are
I'm gonna say, clearing up some trees, making sure nobody can hide in them as they look to take the tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Nomad must be so happy seeing how Nothing to Say is performing on this Magnus.
I heard it's his favourite hero player combination.
Of all time ever?
Radiant's bottom
Of all
tower
time,
is
yeah.
under attack.
Oh, they see the Magnus on the ward.
Blink, Dragon Tail, and now the Dream Coil. That's a great Dream Coil. Nothing to Say again with the BKB, and he was looking to throw that RP, but never gets it off. He'll skewer out of range. Supernova, that's about to pop. Stuns up 3. They get the kill on Jinku Innocence as well as Ame. A great fight from Aster.Aries once again, and Nothing to Say just surviving.
That was so bizarre because they were in complete control of that area on LGD, right? But the whole time Aster.Aries had that high ground ward down, and it just didn't get dewarded. I'm pretty sure a courier flew over as well. I thought they would have seen the ward. But, yeah, they smoke on the high ground. They're like, yeah, let's see what we can do. They just smoke under an observer ward. It's like 5 heroes.
Vision
They've done
wins
the same thing
game.
again.
And they're going to get the kill on a Faith Beyond. Yuna getting credit for that one. Innocence just bought back, so he's really going to want to run.
Again, same thing. They just run under a ward, and they get picked off. Obviously, they don't know it at the time, and it's much easier for us to say. But I feel like you should, expect that vision to be set up. Same thing again.
Wow. Yuna's gotten this blink dagger and he's playing out of his mind. And he's gonna die here, but he's created a bunch of kills in the last few seconds or so. And they look at nothing to say. He'll throw the RP, but he's dead afterwards. Sunray gonna try and keep the Morphling as well as the DK alive. They've got the Spirit Vessel onto this DK. They'll take out a Dream Coil used. Hits on a Jinkyu. And this will be a full team wipe for Aster.Aries. It went from a 10k lead to what has dwindled down in the last minute or so to a 4k lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's so bizarre. They just take fights under wards 2 times in a row. It's probably not going to go well. They're really scared of finishing the Roche though because of this tanking. Oh, that's another ward.
And potentially another +1. At B center, Burrow strike, Phoenix. Oh, just surviving, and then gets the kill. And they still haven't taken Roche, but LGD aren't going to stop throwing bodies at it.
Yeah, and they should be able to finish the situation off now. Looks like LGD don't want to contest it, so...
Anymore.
This Phoenix is just level 15 all of a sudden, by the way.
Level 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
It felt like they were so behind on levels before, and now, yeah. All of a sudden the net worth swings completely, the XP swings completely, and they're back in the game with the Aegis.
Wow. And I just don't know. I just don't know what the mindset there is from LGD. Is it just we're so far ahead, we're going to continue to throw bodies? The team fighting has been a little bit lackluster. But again, it's also Yuna who's really doing a lot with this Blink Dagger. I can't say it enough. Like, the first part of this game for him was really lackluster, and now Blink, Walrus Punch, Snowball, the combo, everything has been there for him to open up kills for this Aster.Aries side.
Honestly, I know I keep talking about it all the time, but it's all vision in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, Wards win games, right? And this is a textbook example of that. Now the DK has a BKB as well, and if you look at the dire side, where's the physical damage? When this BKB comes out, the DK all of a sudden becomes so much stronger.
Guys got to remember that as supports out there. Vision wins games. Faith Beyond. He's got that shard. And they're going to get this kill on a Yuna. This shard was definitely thought of as a big joke for a while. And I've seen it picked up on a bunch of Sand Kings. Dream Coil, Icarus dive with the Sun Ray. They'll get the kill on a Faith Beyond. He's taken out very quickly. Jinkyu going into the Moonlight Shadow and trying to leave. Waning Rift Silence. And... oh. He's out and away, but he doesn't have a TP for 30 seconds.
I'm really surprised they tried to take push that further without the mag. And nothing to say was just farming bot lane and farming that area of the map.
Right.
Oh, they see the Mirana.
Oh boy. Dragon Tail comes out, and yeah, no leaping, no surviving. All that put together and nothing to say is still having a good net worth game. The last few deaths haven't been amazing for him, but he's still put on a bit of a clinic so far.
I think he always has Satanic on the morph as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Gyro's still going for that Yules. His game slowed down significantly. He's only 600 gold ahead of the Phoenix at this point.
All just from those like 2 or 3 really bad fights, though.
Yeah.
Goes from like a 10k net utility to LGD to like 3k. It's crazy.
And the supports
you
just
never
don't
give up,
have a lead
guys.
anymore. Like
No,
the
not at
support
all.
difference was like multiple thousands per support. And now it's nothing. Weak Burrow Strike onto the Morphling. They'll look for the hook. They should have the Dismember to follow it up. Do they have the damage? They'll throw out an arrow. They use the Snowball Walrus Punch out into Faith Beyond.
Almost.
Ooh, though, waveforms away. The RP comes in, and down goes Yuna as well. Siamese Cat. They'll take a Faith Beyond. BKB. Ooh. He's away.
No, the hook doesn't cancel TP, unfortunately. So they were so close to killing that Morph as well. I think he does have Aegis, right? But
Dire's middle
if they kill him
tower
once,
is
they probably have
under
a decent chance of killing him a second time. Maybe he just BKB TPs.
Yeah. Would agree with that. Dismember duration going up for 0.8 seconds on that talent. Ame has fallen 2 levels behind this morph.
I just like to point out, Effie has corrected me. Apparently, you can cancel hook with TP with hook if you time it right. So you do it like right towards the end of the TP.
He did it in the first game.
Ah,
He did it at the Bloodseeker, right as the TP like ended.
I would not want to lie to people, so I'm happy to take the L. You know.
If it would be cool to see that if production can find that in the first game. It was a fight down towards bottom at the end, and Ulu had popped BKB, tried to TP out, and then right as his TP went off, he got hooked and he stayed. I think about 47 minutes into the game.
Radiant's
God.
middle tower is under attack.
The
Blink
epicenter
Dragon
is,
Tail, and there's the kill on a Jinkyu, but the epicenter as well as the Burrow Strike coming through. They've got the Sunray right on top of the DK to try and keep him alive with the BKB pop, and just gets pop. Faith Beyond now in some trouble. There's a Supernova right on top of him. Dream Coil, it's placed and immediately broken, and they'll continue to dive in further as they'll take out Faith Beyond. 2 years dead on the side of LGD, and they're going to lose nothing to say. Finds himself in no man's land, but Siamese Cat
It's
goes
the
down to
punch,
Ame, and
though.
Ame gets a second. He'll BKB and TP out. Waning Rift on Innocence, Yules up into the air by himself. That leaves him vulnerable to a Burrow Strike and Shards, with another kill going the way of Yuna, as he's been involved in yet another.
Attack.
It feels like there's been so many fights where this Mac just goes in to try and create chaos and gets stunned before he gets his BKB off.
It was an interesting spot to be, and when that fight broke out, where he TP'd
Yeah.
into.
Well, the thing was, right, there was that fight at the top where the Sankin goes in, and at the same time the Pudge tried to kill the Phoenix before he got egg off. But he just about did it in time. Then all of a sudden, like, you've used your spells on a hero that's just gonna pop egg and come back alive again anyway.
Snowball looking for Ame. Shards are there right on the money. They've taken the top tier 3. They'll look for the hook, but it's not going to be in the right spot. So all of a sudden, Phoenix goes in with the Waning Rift. They've got the E-Blade and the blow up with the Adaptive Strike. Ooh, now on a monster kill streak, and this is a set of racks at least in the top lane. They still have outer towers in the mid and bottom lane, so they're safe in that sense.
Has fallen.
Oh?
Dire's
Ulu
bottom
winning the
tower
mind
is
games
under
this time.
attack.
Talking about mind games.
I mean, Aster.Aries have been like clicking their spells and everything so well in this game. Like every time these fights break out, it feels like they're always making the correct moves. Like they're in the right place at the right time.
They're now a 1,000 gold ahead.
I like the Shivas on the Pudge as well. I think you double down on like this reduced healing effect, right? Against Morph, against DK, against Phoenix. Feels really good. So you have the Axe with the reduced, you have the Shivas with the reduced. Does anyone have a Vessel actually on Dire? An LGD?
Yeah. Jinkyu does.
Jinkyu does, right, okay.
Roche up in 20 seconds, by the way. DK getting close to that Ags as well. And there's the smoke from LGD.
They just need to make sure they have vision to put down in the fight again, because if they do this thing where they run at the high ground again, where Aster.Aries have vision and they don't control it for themselves.
You say that, and it might happen right here. Arrow hook though, it lands. BKB's gonna be popped. They're gonna go into the sandstorm. Walrus punch into the air. I'm in a little bit of trouble. He gets the BKB off, but the barrel strike comes in from RP in. Supernova doesn't go off. They get the kill on the Siamese cat. They'll end up trading Jinkyu as well as Yuna with the Dream Coil down. That's gonna lock up Ame as well as Nothing to Say. Nothing to Say doesn't have a BKB to work with. The barrel strike comes up from They get a kill on Innocence as well as Nothing to Say with the epicenter. The damage out on a Phoenix. They'll kill off Phoenix as well as DK, but still rocking and rolling. He's got a triple kill. Burrow Strike comes out as Face Beyond Burrow Strikes up onto the high ground. One of the guys, Moonlight Shadow, epicenter goes off, but they've got themselves the Sentry Ward, which he ended up walking into, going towards that spot, and gets the ultra kill.
Yeah, really great fight. They finally get the RP off and they kill off the egg, but they basically just, I think they lost the Mirana and almost a +1 straight away at the time they were killing the egg. So this Morphling's kind of going unchecked the whole time. LGD, it feels like they're separating on targets slightly as well. They need to make sure they focus the same heroes at the same time. Because like the Sankin gets this amazing stun onto the Morphling while he's morphed, and so he wouldn't have been able to attribute shift. But, you know, they're trying to kill the DK at the same time towards the end. And he's going to have Daedalus on the Morph relatively soon.
Rocket Barrage with the Veil.
Is he dead?
Ooh.
Wow.
50 health, just about.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
My waters rise.
3k lead for Aster.Aries with an Aegis in the hands of Morphling. This could be really bad for LGD.
Dire's courier has been killed.
It's not looking good, is it? Interesting to see the Sankin build so many defensive items as well. As the Aeon Disc has the hood, going BKB next.
Could have had the BKB if you didn't go to this shard. I'm really not certain about this shard.
I'll just level 25. Wow.
Matriarch with prize.
And it has the dismember damage heal.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Magnus also level 25, having that plus 1 second on the reverse polarity stun duration, so that RP gonna last that much longer.
Ooh, Minotaur Horn. Great item this game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
For any of their heroes, honestly.
Dire's structures are
So
fortified.
that extra bit of magic immunity would be nice.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Orphan
attack.
going for a refresher.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh,
Got a Daedalus in his hands with the E-Blade Satanic SNY BKB.
Tower has fallen.
They're going to try and take the high ground. Burrow Strike Epicenter coming through onto the Morphling. They're going to pop that first life very quickly. Sunray wasn't enough. They used the Dismember, and now Phoenix was pushed in pretty far. Yule's up into the air. He's got the Spear Vessel on him. Burrow Strike lands. They're landing this. They've got the Snowball save from Yuna with the BKB early from Nothing to Say. Looking for the RP, and he'll use it. It's a big whiff. Sunray right on top of Nothing to Say, who no longer has the BKB. They'll get that kill onto the Magnus and take him out for 100 seconds. No buyback. In the backlines, though, Phoenix's Aeon Disc waning rift on a 2, so they can't follow that up with a Burrow Strike. They've got the Flat Cannon, not really outputting a lot of damage. It's only a position 5 gyro. The Frost Sigil down and keeping a deterrent on LGD. Another hook missed by Ame as they go for the set of racks. They've got themselves the Burrow Strike that lands on a 2 with the BKB pop. They've got the Dismember, but the Snowball save again! That'll go after Innocence. They'll get the kill on the gyro as he lands. No, not yet. He's Yules up into the air. They get the kill on the Morphling. They'll take out Yuna, and Gyro will somehow survive. Phoenix up into the air one more time. They've got the Rot right on top of him. He'll Waning Rift, try to leave Silence there. Illusory Orb jaunting over, but Ame with the Blink Burrow Strike onto the high ground. Faith Beyond, he's cosplaying Arteezy, and now Phoenix, he won't be able to run as the rots him down and kills him off.
I can't believe they held the high ground by missing it when they missed the RP as well. This Pudge is just standing in the middle of the fight with BKB and doing so much damage.
Ooh, Spell Prism.
Wow.
And
I
there's the
think
Wind
the
Waker
key-
for Jinkyu too. Go on.
I think the key thing we should mention there is that they managed to blow up the Morph with his first life before they're like 100% set up and ready. Because like if they get up to the high ground and they don't burst him down and he has 2 lives to play with, the fight looks completely different, right?
Snowball save there as you're watching on the replay. And the RP misses. From there, they kill off Nothing to Say, who was a big part of the early part of this game for LGD, going so well, with Ame doing so poorly. And then even without the Magnus, they're able
Watch
to
how
do
much
so
damage
much.
the Pudge does, though, in these fights. Like, the reduced healing with the Shivas and the Axe is crazy. Doesn't even hit the hook, you just go in.
Blink, Burrow
Great stun as
Strike,
well.
and another Snowball save, but then the DK.
Radiant's middle tower
You
is
can see in
under
this
attack.
replay, Morphling, yeah, he just gets dismembered. That's really well done by Ame for the targeting. He's got 19 stacks on Flesh Heap. Jesus.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
4,655 health. They'll continue to chase on that puck, and you know how it goes. End up getting that kill. Overwhelming Blink in just 150 gold, and then he's going to go for that shard on this Pudge.
I feel like the overwhelming blink made a big difference last game as well, with like their damage output, right? And it feels like it's going to be the same again. Helping control those fights. They're all sitting under a ward. Are they trying to smoke here on LGD or something towards their ward?
On LGD?
No, they're not. I feel like
Aster.Aries
when you
might, but
see
they're
the
under a
whole
ward
enemy
too.
team, when you see the whole enemy team like this, and this is what Aster.Aries did in the fights before, right? You should really look to try and take advantage of it.
If they just smoke here without dewarding, that's a pretty typical ward spot. And they know
they're
Pudge
going
was
for
in
it.
that area. Oh,
Moonlight
they
Shadow.
smoke. Burrow Strike coming in. They're going to go after Yuna. Yuna was a big part of saving this fight in the last one. They go to the RP and they'll get the kill on Asami's count as well as Yuna really quickly. Wind Waker up into the air. Phoenix is dead too. That's 3 dead really quickly. Burrow Strike followed up on a Ulu. Shockwave. Rocket Barrage eats the cheese. Waveform trying to get away with the epicenter being used by Faith Beyond, but they're right on top of the Morphling. There's something the DK can do, and with the Burrow Strike, they'll kill off Ulu. Dead for 100 seconds. No buyback.
What wins games, B-Cop?
Vision.
Vision wins games.
I can't believe that they just smoked with that ward right there. That's a very common ward spot.
Yeah, but they're probably thinking, like, when the hell have LGD managed to get here? When would they have ever put a ward down?
But they did see Pudge nearby. Not that that ward was placed at that time, but they saw Pudge in the mid lane pretty deep.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I can
wonder-
understand them getting caught out by that
Yeah.
in the same way that LGD did. Maybe less so with LGD before, but you're probably thinking, you know, we've been taking fights on their side of the map like for so long. When have they ever been able to get a ward down there?
Radiant's middle barracks
But
are
yeah,
under
it's such
attack.
a gut-wrenching fight for them.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's
Mid-set
structures
gun.
are fortified.
Bottom set next.
This Pudge, man. Empowered. Who's the carry now? TB, where you at?
Radiant's bottom
Luna,
tower has fallen.
where you at?
Fake carries. You're getting called out right now.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Mo making a statement.
Oh,
Oh, the kick! Ame! He's kicked in, but he's got so much health. 5,455. Yuna, he ends up dead. Called down inside the base. DK can only just stand there, and he still gets hooked. Waning Rift pushing back 4 as he lands the silence on all those heroes. Oh, he's saving DK in that spot, but they're down 21,000 as the top set of racks in that tier 3 are looking like the target next. They do have the Morphling back up, but
oh
no
my
Tusk.
God.
They're trying to make the move. The Blink, the Dragon Tail coming with BKB Popeye. Nothing to say. They've got themselves a dismember onto the DK. So much damage being done. Jinkyu gets the kill onto this DK. They'll use the RP. They'll find Ulu. He's dead for 99. And that'll be it. LGD secure the 2-0. They will finish off Aster.Aries. And they are on a 2-game winning streak with the 1-position Pudge.
Wow, what a game. I mean,
What
it
a
looked like
series.
LGD were cruising, right, in these early stages, and then all of a sudden, you know, Aster.Aries come back in with an amazing couple of fights.
Yeah.
They make one bad high ground push fight, and they take, you know, another one because of that LGD ward that we just saw. That
Yeah.
game just flips on its head completely. You saw the graph.
That
Wild.
just